Hello everyone, Brenticuss here, RehTro RooTz to get the root of all game, and I got Rainey here with me today.
Hold on, I got a drink. Alright, I'm here.
We are playing a little unknown title for the Super Nintendo. Probably haven't heard of it. It was an exclusive release, I think just in the UK. Super Ghouls.
What the hell are you talking about? This was a sequel from a regular Nintendo game. Like, Super Ghouls and Ghosts is where it's at.
So, playing Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Should get that shit off. Get it out of there. Oh, you're giving us extra lives.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. We're looking handicap.
I haven't played this in forever, and I don't know what the buttons are. So.
Oh, come on, dude. So, Rainey, when we first started gaming together, Rainey's like, oh, me and my brother used to beat the shit out of Super Ghouls and Ghosts. He actually taught me how to play it.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody knows anything about this game.
Said that y'all you used to rent it with your dad and stay up late.
No, the problem was the RF cable on our Super Nintendo was shit. So, in true redneck fashion, it was wrapped in aluminum foil to protect it.
Wow.
And the game doesn't save. Your progress is not saved whatsoever. So, in order to save our progress, we would leave this game on overnight. And we had to turn the TV off, because we actually blew a TV that way one time.
Leaving it on?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Ooh, I don't know. You got the javelin with the green armor.
Yeah, not the best setup. I would like to get the bow first.
Well, the problem with the bow is when it does the homing missiles and it misses the bad guy.
You learn to deal with that. Your best options are going to be the dagger for speed, because you can have 3 out and they're really quick, so it's really good for some of the bosses. The homing arrows are just great. You constantly keep a set of arrows out and it kills everything around you.
Except when it does that circle thing.
Well, like I said, you learn to deal with it.
You must be warming up. You're taking paths that you don't normally take.
Well, the controller's laid out differently than I'm used to.
It's laid out just like a Super Nintendo controller.
And...
Oh, you're used to playing on a keyboard.
Yeah, the last several rounds I've played have been on keyboard, which... very weird.
It is kind of weird. Because, yeah, the last few times I played this, I was playing it on keyboard.
I almost just ran right up under that wolf.
Yeah.
Hyena, dog, I don't know what you want to call it.
Yeah, the wolf. Just chilling out. Chilling out, relaxing all cool. On the playground where I spent most of my days.
There's a treasure chest here and I don't know how to get it.
You want me to those?
Got it. It's going to give me my shield.
Oh, I thought you had it already.
No, I mean, you have a shield, but you get an upgraded shield.
And doesn't the shield take the hit?
Yeah, it'll break before your armor breaks. As long as it's a frontal attack. So it's weird, like these skulls that are falling are hitting me in the head, and I'll just lose an armor.
Did you ever play the NES one?
No, I need to. I've watched a lot of videos of it, and I'm like, man, as hard as this one is, and as pissed off as I get playing it, there's no telling how I'll be for the NES.
Cool.
Yeah, this is why I wanted a better weapon.
Ugh. I hate that jump. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's... going around with that eyeball.
I think I'm going to miss it this way, too.
Hey, the bow. I just hate the jumps.
Well,
that jump.
You learn them?
You feel the jumps.
No, I mean, these I've learned over the years of playing.
Doesn't the power up with the bow that tells you where the treasure chests are?
Yeah.
As you did it, standing on top of the treasure chest?
Well, I gotta kill everything around me because this treasure chest is gonna be a trap. And it can be that spike trap, or it can be that
Magician.
wizard that turns me into a freaking baby or a tiny ballerina.
I thought it turned. Wait, or is it? It's the new one that where it turns into a grasshopper.
I haven't seen that one, so it must be the newer version. There's the...
Hey, you got him though.
And the frame rate does drop when those things explode. So, I mean, Super Nintendo...
God dang. Making me nervous.
There are a few... problems with the hardware, problems with the system, but that's...
I like how you got quiet when you're concentrating.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. And I'm going to get quiet a lot through this because this game requires a lot of concentration.
I don't think it's like really good till you die for the first time.
See, that's where you and I differ because
Dying defeats you. I think you're doing excellent.
shut up. Don't do that to me.
Well, I mean, you just made it through the first boss.
Take a key for coming in.
Oh, I'll keep coming in. What time are we getting up in the morning?
I plan to wake up about 5 o'clock.
Okay, so if you're not insane, guess I'm gonna do
5 o'clock?
Guess I'm gonna do 6.
So the problem with the special for the bow is it shows you where hidden chests are, but it doesn't show you where all of them are.
Does it show you where Omar's hidden treasure is? This is where the sperms come after you, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Because there's this treasure chest here, and I don't remember how to make it show up.
Nobody wants the axe.
The axe is useful in certain situations. There are a lot where it frickin' sucks. Why I like the bow is it'll track its own thing as long as it doesn't get jacked up.
That bow be flexing.
I missed a treasure chest. It's gonna be a freaking jester.
It's the mimic.
Yeah.
Ooh. Shit. That was. You went a while without.
Without dying, yeah.
Yeah, without even taking
as
a
long
hit.
as I make it to the halfway point in here, I'm gonna be good. I just gotta make it past these.
What I don't like is any time one of the little sperms can come alive and give you the business.
Oh, damn it. I had like 10 feet left to go and I'd make it to the halfway point.
That was pretty impressive, though. I mean, you beat the first level without taking a single hit.
Yeah, but that's the thing with this game is you just about have to go without getting a hit. Because if you don't, you're screwed. You lose, I mean, there is no I lose my armor or I lose down to the next armor. It's I lose my armor entirely. You're just naked Arthur.
That's the way I like B.
Arthur or naked?
I like a naked B Arthur. I just don't like how like the other enemies, you know, kind of how they're
telepathed a little bit.
Yeah, but the sperm, the ghost. And if you time that jump right, you catch that ladder. Whoa. That was an Assassin's Creed leap of faith right there. I thought you were gone. Like, I knew what you were going to try to do, but, like, I thought you were way gone.
They hide some treasure chests in some very creepy spots. There's supposed to be one somewhere right here, too, and I can't remember where it's at.
So, originally, how'd you find all the treasure chests? Just trying?
Man, I'm telling you, we sat around, me, my dad, my brother, a family friend we called Red.
Did Red do any meth?
Probably. I mean, I found out a couple years ago he ended up hanging himself. Just a really down on his luck guy.
That was cheap.
You know, I remember the first time I ever even knew what a crotch rocket was, I remember he bought like an 87 Kawasaki Ninja, and this thing was ugly. Which, I mean, it matched. Oh, sweet, it counted.
That's pretty decent.
Because he was a pretty ugly guy. I mean...
Nice.
And he got that thing out. It was foggy one day, and I'm sure he'd been drinking. Because this man would throw down some freaking beer. I mean, he mad dog all day.
Well, with the name Red, you kind of have to be an alcoholic.
You know, his name was Anthony. And he went by Red, and he went by Copperhead.
I'm guessing he was a ginger.
He was a ginger, and he had a fascination with snakes. I mean,
he sounds like a white trash special.
You know, we were white trash, so...
Well, he sounds like he was extra. Like he's enough white trash for the 3 families over.
No.
Oh, wow. They stole that from Woo.
That's what's great about the dagger.
That fish was all up in your business.
Well, I was all up in that fishing business.
Man, look fishy to me. Yeah, you didn't get it that time.
You know what? You're going to say that, and I'm going to pull this out of my ass somehow.
I don't know, this level...
It sucks, because you can't control a lot of things in this level because of the way everything's laid out and the way you're moving.
It's another one of those levels you have to feel it. Really, that's a lot of this game. You have to feel your movement. Like, you know a jump's bad or good as soon as you take it.
Oh, yeah. And the thing is it can look bad and still be good.
But you know when it is. Like, as soon as you press the button, you know when the jump's bad.
And this, you know, there's a couple levels on here where you have to ride platforms and just wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And it sucks. Because in this game, in true retro fashion, you beat the game once and then it's like, thanks for beating the game, please go back and beat it on hard mode. Except it doesn't tell you hard mode on this one. It tells you have to find the princess's bracelet. Which is a weapon. It's not anything special, it's not anything great, it's her bracelet and you got to use it as a weapon, and it's got like a 2 feet attack range. I mean, when you're full charged up, it attacks further and it actually does decent damage, but if you're not charged up, you don't have your armor, it doesn't do anything. If I recall correctly, it doesn't have a true charge attack. And in some of these bosses, the only real way to beat them is to be as far away as possible. They'll throw, shoot flame out.
Just like the bird in the first one.
I mean, the bird, you just got to remember to jump up and attack him. And the good thing is you can jump up, shoot at him with a bow, and run away. And the bow's going to track him down. The bow's like easy mode on here. You know, it's like using a shield on Dark Souls. You know, anybody can do it that way. You got to get good to do it right.
I mean, every single time I use the arrow with gold armor, my freaking shots will get circling.
Well, you learn to adapt to that and make sure that your top or your bottom is going to track something.
Ooh. It's rough to watch. Like, you can feel your jumps. I'm just looking at your jumps. I don't like the whole
and the dagger gives you dragons.
So you've been pretty successful at unlocking
treasure chest?
Treasure chest and getting gold armor, and not only gold armor, but getting blue shield gold armor, which is a better healthcare plan.
Obama does not approve.
Obama does not approve.
So the great thing about these special attacks is if you could just keep them charged up, you can kill things with it, but you can glitch through attacks that are coming your way too.
That's pretty decent.
Yeah. So a couple little cheats to this game. Doesn't always protect against everything, but it does protect against most. So, if I'm not mistaken, our next level after this boss coming up is going to be the fire level. And there's these little gremlin dolls that spawn and chase you, and sometimes they end up out of the map and you can't actually hit them,
Those things
but
are
they're
horrible.
still coming at you. I mean, a lot of stupid stuff. You get the big guys that shoot fire. Those guys are a pain in the ass.
I think it's the little gremlin things that always get you.
Yeah, the gremlins do the most.
Battle game. Oof.
What?
You're doing your best not to do that.
No, I went to go jump over him, and I guess it won't let me jump over him. So when I hit jump again, it
Just locked you to it.
yeah, it's all right. It's gonna give me my silver armor back when I get the key for coming in.
I think it's just, that's wonderful translation.
I mean, it's funny.
It's like you are die.
Yep, this is the fire level. So.
Jump.
That's my other problem is we're playing an emulation and I'm using a Xbox controller instead of a Super Nintendo controller. So I keep wanting to touch the joystick and make the joystick move me, and
Those little fire babies.
yeah. This one. There's the treasure chest.
So I'm guessing what, like you and your brother, once y'all like accidentally stumble across a chest like that.
I mean, normally what happens is you die. Like right there, you know, you got hit and you died, and it would have knocked you off. And you're like, "Hey, that treasure chest popped up when I fell over there. So let's try jumping and see if we can trigger it."
And then every other way that looks like it's not the way, you go and you just try to activate.
I mean, trial and error is how you do this game. You try and try and try, and then you get hit and you die, and you're like, "Oh shit, I died!" And your skeleton falls over here, but yet a treasure chest is what pops up. And so you know to look over there the next time you play the game.
But then you just start guessing. You start saying, "Oh, well, what if I try to jump over here? Or what if I try to go down this level?"
And you'll notice the further along I get, the fewer treasure chests I find, because clearly, as in any game, you spend the most time on the earliest levels.
Searching for stuff.
Well, no, just getting decent at the game to where you knew how to do stuff.
Wow.
I knew he was close by.
That was cheap.
Didn't think he was right there, though. So, a lot of the enemies have set pathing. Like, this guy's going to go all the way to the end again, and then turn around and come back to the other side. Then other enemies don't have set pathing, and those are the ones that really suck. And I'm about to face probably the worst enemy you have on here, and
Oh, the demon from the first Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
the demon that was borrowed for the sprite for Demon's Crest.
I love Demon's Crest.
Actually, Demon's Crest, funny story about it, you can thank the Twitch players, because Demon's Crest was a shitty game, used to be worth about $5, and nobody cared what it was, and all of a sudden a couple people started streaming it on Twitch, and it exploded. The game went up to about $40, and then I checked one day and it was up to like $180.
Good lord.
And I was like, holy hell. I got it in a box of games that somebody's like, hey man, you want to give me like $20? I'll give you all this. And I got a huge box full of games given to me.
Did you sell it?
No, I still have it.
Should have sold it for $180.
I don't have the patience to play it myself.
Have you never played it?
I've played it. I just don't have the patience for it because there's a lot of, I don't know, a lot of mechanics that I'm not a fan of, and a lot of waiting around and grinding to get through stuff that just didn't appeal to me. My brother played it, beat it, did really, really well at the game.
Well, what I like is there's hidden stuff that if you just kind of just play the game straightforward and go through it, you can actually miss a few power-ups. Because you're supposed to. There's 3 dragons. There's water dragon, sky dragon, and then earth dragon. And then if you don't pay attention, you'll miss ultimate dragon.
So the fire dropping down, if you don't time it right, when it's in his mouth, it can still hit you and kill you. So that's why on some of these jumps you'll see I have to wait for a certain size drop to come out.
But I played it a few times, and then when I found out about Ultimate Dragon, I went back and played it again, and got it unlocked. It actually, the open world is Final Fantasy VII's open world, just reskinned. Well, they're using the mode 7 chip, but also, but if you look at it, and there's some people that's pulled an aerial view of it and put it on top of Final Fantasy VII, and it's almost the same. They just went and like moved the mountains from the left to the right. And,
I mean, but clearly predates 7.
right.
So, I mean, I guess you could say that 7 technically borrowed the map, which is actually very interesting if that's the case. I haven't looked at it, but I will definitely be looking this up.
Yep. And apparently there was an unfinished part of it too.
I get past this demon and I go to the next half stage. Just half. I gotta get through a demon.
Give it hell.
I'm almost tempted to take the axe and just do it.
Just hack your way through it.
Yeah.
The fire babies don't seem to be messing with you.
Yeah, until I missed that one. Sea fire.
I think the hotel room's haunted.
It might be. It's possible. Maybe my next treasure chest. I don't have another treasure chest.
You ever watch One Piece?
A very few episodes.
Well, a friend Marcus, he watched it a whole lot. And I watched it a little bit, like, I caught, like, the first couple episodes one night, and I was like, okay, that's cool, I get it. And then, like, I didn't watch it for a while, and so, you catch it, and it's, like, 3 seasons later, and there's, like, all kinds of character development, and you're like, hey, why is he missing his eye, and all this stuff. Well, I started back trying to watch it on Funimation, and I realized that all the characters' voices from One Piece are from Dragon Ball.
I mean, I'm sure there's not a huge market for anime voices.
Like, literally, Zoro's voice is Pacheco, the main character's voice is Gohan's voice, the second side character is Krillin's voice.
Piccolo?
What'd I say?
Pacheco.
Oh, whoops.
Like, all of a sudden, this green guy became Hispanic.
Hey, you fucking douchebag. Use your special laser beam. I defeat Kakarot, but I'll do it later. That's pretty funny. Oh, man. But I was just listening to it, and then, like, once I hear their voice, I'm like, that's Krillin's voice. That's Piccolo's voice. I listened to it again. I haven't heard Goku's voice yet, but anyway, you talk about treasure chests. Like, every time they're like, and that's my treasure, and that's my treasure, and like, that's the theme where they're like, why
Aren't they looking for that fruit?
One Piece? No, they ate the fruit, the devil fruit, the gum root.
Yeah, but aren't they looking for another fruit for some reason or something?
No, they're King Roger, or Pirate King Rogers. Yeah.
Jolly Rogers?
Yeah, pretty much.
And he left his treasure all together in one place in one piece. And he left it near the Grand Line.
So, changing it up, using the scythe, just because I'm freaking tired of the dagger.
You're gonna reap what you sow with that thing. I like the scythe.
Well, it's good as sometimes.
I feel like an underrated.
Everything is situational. See, like now, I'm not killing these big guys that take more than one hit as fast as I used to.
I feel like an underrated weapon is the torch.
Definitely has its spots. Does not have its range.
And when you throw it, it's gone. Well, if you're awesome about it, you can spam them with it. But if you like miss or it falls down a level below you, you're stuck.
Alright, I know you're down there. Trigger, damn it. I mean, this guy just wants to take my armor.
He's gotten you the last like 5 times.
I know. And the stupid thing is, I know he's there, and I know that as soon as I go halfway down the ladder, it triggers him, and he's good. He's going to kill me. But not this time. What does this do again? The tornadoes. Maybe this will help me take care of that demon if I can keep it.
Maybe. Don't blow it.
So these white popsicle sticks coming out of the ground suck.
Mm-hmm. These treadmills with jelly donuts on the bottom of them
Also suck.
Ooh, you went too far. I don't know about that. That ran all over him. Oh, he's got you. That's still pretty good, though. You came out of that with your gold armor.
I lost my shield, but I got... This sucks, though, because... There's so many treasure chests here, and I'm not going to waste the time to get them.
Wow. Stole that straight up from you.
Alright, now I want a different weapon, because this is not good for this stage. It is when we start going down, but while you're going up, it sucks.
Ooh. That almost timed out on me.
Yeah. Oh, now I can be less afraid.
Yeah, at least you got a little bit of a buffer now.
I kind of like the axe. I like the little loop it does.
Until it misses. See, the bow's good for that. I almost screwed up.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was
close.
all on me. So these little demon guys suck. And they're fine while they're in front of you because you know you just take a couple steps and they fall. Now, here in a second, they're going to be behind you. And then it's like, what the hell do you do with this? Because they're going to fall. Fuck. I was expecting armor.
Alright, well, that's going to be an episode for this one. We'll see you next time. Brenticuss, Rainey, RehTro.